Happy Memorial Day from Auntie Suge. On this fine Memorial Day, guess what? We're going to talk about relationships because the Clinical Cookout is going to be talking about relationships this week, and we have some stuff to bring you. So today is my Monday, and Monday is usually my psychoeducational day, so let's get into it. First, I'm going to put out a disclaimer that all my information that I put out in my mini Mondays are all from peer-reviewed articles, and we think that it's important to use peer-reviewed articles because it shows that a study has been done and that this information was not just pulled out of thin air. So the study today is coming from Monk and his colleagues, and in 2022 the study was done, and it discussed that between 30 and 45% of individuals say that they've had a breakup in between their relationships. So it's called relationship cycling, where you're on again, you're off again. What are we doing today? At some point in their lives, they've had a breakup. Now, I know what you're already thinking. That's normal. People go through breakups and makeups. We don't really know that we want to be with that person. Sometimes things happen in relationships, and you know what? You're right. All of it is normal for things to happen in relationships, and for you to sometimes say, you know what, I'm not feeling you this week, or I don't like what you did, and right now I'm not going to be with you, or I'm not going to be with you until you get right. All of that stuff is normal, and it's completely okay. I'm not saying it's okay. What I am saying is that it is called relationship instability, because some people experience more than just, I want to make sure that you get things right before we're actually together, or I want to make sure that you're treating me the way I need to be treated, and then they're breaking up while they let that other person get themselves together. A lot of times it's toxic relationships. So the toxic relationships sometimes end with the on and off. 1 minute we're up, the next minute we're down. I don't know who you are. I'm trying to deal with your instability. I'm trying to deal with your insecurities. And that's the reason why we keep on having these breakup to makeup sessions. One example of a relationship stressor that can come from actually being in the breakup and makeup cycle is sometimes people make side babies. Now, we all know there are couples who make side babies, and this goes past celebrity couples, because there are regular, everyday couples who come up with side babies, and they say, you know what, this was a break baby. This is the baby that we got when we were on a break. And while that may be true, whenever you decide, you know what, now we're back together, now there's a whole new set of baggage that you have to accept because of the makeup to breakup cycle. Another mental health symptom that comes from these relationships, and if you guessed depression, you guessed it right, because some people stay in these relationships not because they are so in love with each other, but because it's familiarity. So if we've been together since we were 16 years old, I don't know how to be with somebody else. I don't know how to be alone. So I stay with you because this is all I know. You are all I have known. When you have such relationship instability and you have such anxiety in your relationship, it can make you depressed, and not because of reasons that you think, not because the other person is so depressing or it's depressing being with that other person, but it can be depressing being by yourself, because even though you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean that you're not by yourself in that relationship. If you're in a turbulent breakup cycle, you could still feel alone in that relationship. Obviously, if you're constantly making up and breaking up, there's something that is missing. There's something that both of you determine that is missing. Some people don't know how to be alone, so they stay with somebody because they think that a piece of a man is better than no man. A piece of a woman is better than no woman. This is the person that I've known all my life, so why would I leave this person? This is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. And the reason why some people think that is because they've never tried anything else. And so it leads to being alone in relationships, feeling depressed in that relationship, feeling down. And sometimes you don't know why you're so down, why your spirit is so low, but it's because you've never ever had a chance to explore your own self and decide what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy. You are living and kind of hanging off this other person instead of actually discovering yourself. I always suggest that somebody discovers themselves, and that's not saying, no, if I'm in a relationship right now, I should just go and break up with somebody. But what I am saying is that self-exploration lets you know what you will not tolerate, what you like, what you don't like. You matter in a relationship. So it's okay for you to say, I don't want to go see that movie. I want to go see this movie. Okay, that's not working. Now let's compromise. And that's what some people don't get used to doing when they've never had a chance to explore themselves. One thing you might find while exploring yourself is that, you know what, I don't even like that person. I've been with that person forever, and I realize that I don't like them. Now, the reason why I say this is not to shake up relationships, but because some couples, after they've been struggling and they've been in this hard chaos for so long with each other, they get individual therapy. What do you think happens when people get individual therapy and they've been together forever and it's not working? They grow, and they grow apart, because you might find out that what they were doing was such a big stressor in my life that it's not working for me. And that's why I'm down. That's why I'm mentally unable to get myself up and feel better. It's because I've been attached to this person and this person is not good for me. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the up and down relationship turmoil causes psychological distress. If you are in a relationship and you can't figure out why you can't get right mentally, why you can't get right emotionally, and you and your partner are turbulent, it might be time for you to go ahead and go do some self-discovery. Never be afraid to do self-discovery, because life is too short to live miserable. Life is too short to be in turbulent relationships. And honestly, stability causes less mental distress. It causes less anxiety. It causes less emotional damage. It causes less emotional turmoil. And then that way, when you get yourself healthy, you could be ready for your next relationship, if there is a next relationship. Or you can go on to marriage and you can actually have yourself emotionally and mentally ready for a marriage. But the point I'm trying to make is that make sure that you are gathering yourself emotionally so that you don't end up in mental distress even while you're with somebody.